All right, everybody, so going along with the Superset series, this is a really good superset for arms. I'm going to show you the tricep version first, then we'll move on to biceps afterwards. So if your gym has one of these machines, a pullover machine, this is a plate loaded pullover. If it doesn't, basically what this is basically in place of is a skull crusher. So if you want to use an easy curl bar or a cable, skull crusher movement, that's fantastic. I like this machine because it just puts me in the correct position, and I feel the activation of the triceps a lot more than doing it in another way, because there's more chance of me moving my elbow in a direction that it shouldn't be. So what I mean by that is, once I get underneath, this machine has this bar here. So once I put my chest up against the bar and lower myself down, now I'm in that full stretch position of my triceps. And there's no way that I'm moving my like I have to physically move my body to move my tris, or even my elbows. So from here, full stretch, full extension, full stretch, full extension. And having your head down here, you get to go all the way behind your head. And that is one of the most common mistakes when people get into this, is they don't go behind the head. They stand up like this, and they're doing like to the face, and you're not getting full range, like you're doing like a partial. You got to get into this point where you feel a stretch right from the start of the rep. So right here is where you'd have to be. And now out. So for this, what I would recommend is doing 10 reps, hold that stretch for 10 seconds, doing another 10 reps, hold that stretch for 10 seconds, and then doing another 10 reps. So you're gonna do more of a medium weight, not a heavy weight, but on that third round of the 10 reps, you should be failing around 5 or 6. Like, it should be a struggle when you get to 5, you get to 6, and you're thinking, I don't think I'm gonna get 10. And that's where you have someone, a spotter, a gym partner or somebody over here. It just gradually helps you get to that 10. That's where growth is gonna happen. The big thing is, don't break your form. Don't start shifting your body, anything like that. You get them to basically tell the spotter, all I want you to do is to just keep it moving slowly. Don't take all the weight off. Just continue the weight, just continue the motion. If I'm going at this pace, just continue that pace. That's it. That's all they have to do. They don't have to take the weight off. So literally it should be like 2 fingers. And you're gonna do 3 sets. So we're gonna be supersetting it with preacher curl, and we're gonna be doing 21s on the preacher. So I've kind of showed you guys how I set up. So creating that kind of bridge here, you're not putting your thumb over, you're putting your thumb underneath, and you're driving with this part of your wrist. So you're not driving with the handle or the hand, you're driving with this part of your wrist. So we're gonna do 7 at the bottom. And then once you get to 7, once 7 up top. Biggest mistake is everyone tries to go way too heavy. And then we're gonna end up with full. And then when they start getting into this, you'll see them rock. They're rocking their body, they're throwing their shoulder into it. All that doing is you're really risking a lot of injury, because you're in a spot where your arm is locked. So if you start swinging this to increase the stretch, you're really risking snapping a tricep, which is unfortunate, but that's what you're essentially doing, is you're risking that large injury. Range of motion when you're doing this, so for the bottom half, what you're doing is you're only counting up to half. So it's down to the stretch, up to half. Down to the stretch, up to half. On the top part, what you really need to think of is when you come up, you just come up to a full flex. That's what you're feeling. Like, that's why I always have my fingers here, because I do it one-handed. Coming down to halfway, full flex. Halfway, full flex. Like, a lot of people try to lean into it and bring it up here, but there's no tension up here. So I'm just coming until I'm fully flexed. Like, I can't flex my bicep anymore, down to half. Full flex, down to half. And then for full, going down to a full stretch, right back up to that full flex again. Down to the stretch, right back up to that full flex again. Like there's not, everyone tries to bring it like behind their head or something, thinking that's full range of motion. As soon as you full flex it, you can't, without lifting your elbow, there's no, you're not creating any more tension. Like you're full flex, like this is thing, like it's as tight as it's gonna get. So any more rep range of that is just front delt, and that's negating what you're trying to do. So if you're going thinking range of motion on this one, anything over the top half is just full flexion. As soon as you feel that thing is just as flexing as hard as you can, it's as far as your body's gonna go. It can't go any farther. So again, you're gonna do 3 sets of this because it's combined with the pullover machine for triceps. Crazy pump, and you guys are gonna love it. So give it a whirl, and we'll bring you more Superset series.